Guys, I want to talk to you about the fact that a lot of women hate the passport bro movement with a passion, and even worse than that, they hate the manosphere and the red pill movement, because now we are living in a time where women are coming to the realization that their sexuality and their manipulation tactics are coming to an end, and it's not going to work anymore. So let's dive into today's video because we have a lot to talk about.
First thing is a man who has money but is cheap and stingy. He is worse than a broke man. Next caller. Because even though he has finally got himself to a financial status, that means he didn't manage to change his mindset. And
what was his mindset supposed to be, sweetheart? To spend his money on you without questions asked, spend his money on you without thinking about the fact that you really haven't done anything to help him to get that money. You haven't made his lunch so he can go to work and don't starve. You have not helped the man to get where he's at. But yet you want to sit in front of the camera and call a man stingy just because he got himself together and he's not spending his money on you. See, that's how women are thinking nowadays, especially some ladies in America. And I will never understand how a woman can sit there, pretend it is okay for her to step into a man's life, and just because she looks good, she has the right to spend his money. And these modern women really have the audacity to talk about a person who has not changed his mindset. I mean, to be honest with you, there are so many women, especially in these westernized countries, who are in their mid-30s or their early 40s, still haven't changed their mindset. On top of that, they are broke. Broke because they don't know how to manage their money. Broke because they are spending their money on way too expensive things. And then they are looking for a man who has established himself so they can spend his money.
if you get in a serious relationship with this kind of man, he's definitely going to be stingy to you in other aspects as well. God forbid you decide to have a kid with that kind of man. Oh my goodness. Look, there's only one life to live and you can't take your money to the grave with you. So nobody got time to deal with a man who got money but is stingy and cheap. No.
What she just said right there goes to show you that these women are 0.0% interested in helping the man in what he's doing or where he needs to get in order to become a better man. A lot of women, they just want to spend your money right now. And if you are not good enough to spend your money on her right now today, she's just easily going to hop on to the next one. Very easy, because I am sure that her DMs is so full and she really doesn't need you if you are not willing to spend them dollars. But here's the thing. Listen to this. How do you think Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, became so rich? How do you think Bill Gates or even Steve Jobs became so wealthy? Do you really think that these men actually are who they are today because they were listening to some type of broad sitting in her car with fake hair and fake lashes telling a man what to do with his money? No, these are men who know how to handle their finances, but in their eyes, they're stingy. And that's one thing that my husband appreciates so much about me. And I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal, but I need you men to understand out there that there are women on this planet still left, and a lot of them are here in Europe, by the way, who will help you, who will support you. I'm not saying that's going to happen within the first 2 to 3 months that you guys are starting to date, but you will meet women who like you for who you are, you know, who want to date you for who you are. And that goes to show you a lot about the person that you are getting to know. Because a lot of women nowadays, they are dating with one purpose and one purpose only. That's the purpose to get into your pockets and to dig and dive into your pockets as deep as they can. So many modern women are so ungrateful, which makes them so unattractive. I mean, a man doesn't have to spend his money on you. He barely even knows you. What makes you even think that he would just wake up on one day and just say to himself, oh yes, I'm going to spend my bonus on this woman today just because of the simple fact that she looks good. And that's why these women, they don't like the manosphere, because there are content creators such as Coach Greg Adams, for instance, telling men how to handle their finances, telling men a whole lot of red flags about women. And many of you may not even like that man, but I'm telling you, he is telling the truth about women. with a whole lot of sense of humor at that. But here's the thing about it. That is one of the reasons why women don't like the red pill movement.
As a woman, you should not be laying down with a man that you can't even ask for some money. Don't just be adding to your body count. Pockets on feather, the kitty on desert. If he's not adding to your life in any way, next caller.
Well, as a real woman, you should never look for an opportunity to prostitute yourself. And you should never just lay around with men. On top of that, not just to add on to your body count list, which is terrible as it is, but she's basically saying if he doesn't pay, then there's no reason for you to lay with him. What is that called? I think I just mentioned it. What is that called? But these women, and this is what the toxic feminism has these women thinking. They think that running around, doing whatever they want, spreading their legs to whoever is willing to pay is really a thing to do. But she's doing that in her mid-20s, maybe in her mid-30s. And then there comes the wall. And then here comes the depression. And then here comes the mental instability. And then we have videos like these.
Today I learned that women hit the wall at 35 years old. So I'm about to hit the wall next year? Is it cold there? Is it at least furnished? Lord, what's that gonna do? Please.
Yo, these women really believe that the wall is fake. That the wall doesn't hit all of them. They really, really believe that. Trust me when I tell you, sweetheart, I am 41 years old. I'm 41. Trust me, the wall is uncomfortable. And when you turn 35, you may still have a couple of years to go, depending on your genetics. But your hormones are going to start acting up. You're going to have mood swings. It may not even get that wet down there anymore. Your fupa is going to at least get as big as your ass, okay? And certain parts of your body are just not going to be the same anymore. When you're coughing, when you're sneezing, you're going to be so close on to peeing on yourself. And I'm not saying that's happening to me, but the wall is undefeated. Men say that a woman is going to hit the wall. They're talking about the biological wall. They're talking about the fertility. You know, it's going to not become so easy for a woman to have children, to get pregnant. And what does a man want to have? He wants to have a feminine partner who is able to give birth to his children so they can build their family legacy. That's really what's behind this wall. But a lot of women also obviously believe that it's their looks, which partially is true. And what I just mentioned earlier as far as the hormonal changes, the mood swings and everything, tell me, what man on the planet is going to want to deal with that? What do you think is going to happen to a woman who has been running around her whole adult life thinking that she is too good for an average man? She's going to turn 35, maybe 36, 39, or 40. She's going to hit the wall full force, and then she's going to realize that no man is talking to her anymore. Not even those average men that she has turned down all her life. Rich men are not going to be checking for you anymore, sweetheart, because now these rich men are going to deal with young 20-year-old women who look half as fake as you and I do. You know, rich men are not going to deal with any woman who is 40 years old or 35 years old. And if she's 35, she's going to have to look extremely good. Then it may slide. But other than that, you and I, we're too old. It's a done deal.
Comes in waves. Most of the time, I'm okay. And then it comes and hits me like nobody's business. And honestly, I've been feeling like this a lot lately. It's love. I'm tired. I'm tired of doing it myself. I'm tired of being alone. I want to share my life with someone. I am just freaking tired. I want to be in love. I want to share my life with someone. I want to feel the joys. I want to have my hands held. I want to be held. I want to kiss. I want to support. I want my person.
First of all, I genuinely hate to see people cry. Everybody goes through their dark times. Everybody goes through their struggle. But here's my question. Why do you film yourself? Listen, we're friends. If you ever see me online crying, make sure you report my account so much to the point YouTube kicks me off of this platform, because that's just embarrassing. But let's get back to the message though. That's why passport bros exist, because women in their 20s, they are out there thotting around. In their 30s, they want to focus on their career. In their 40s, they are healing from their trauma. And now that some of them are in their 50s, they are not able to spend the rest of their life with the man of their dreams, if I may say. I purposely said man of their dreams because to a lot of women, that particular thing she was complaining about, she misses so much, stays a dream. There's always an exception to the rule. Maybe there are going to be elderly women who are able to find a partner and just spend the rest of their lives just happily ever after, but most likely, men are going to be luckier than women. Yes, that's a fact. I don't care how much you're going to hate me in the comment section as a woman if you are listening to this. A 53-year-old man who has been taking care of himself, who has been going to the gym, eating well, no alcohol, no drugs, financially stable. If he leaves the US or the country that he lives in, he will be able to find a woman. A woman, on the other hand, she's going to have a problem. It's nearly going to be impossible. I really cannot blame anyone who is calling themselves a passport bro. Me, if I was to be a man, I personally would never want to deal with something like that. I mean, to hell with women who are telling me to be a man, who can't even be women. To hell with women who are telling me that I'm only good enough when I spend my money. I wouldn't want to deal with that. I would want to have a cute, feminine, petite little woman who is just well-spoken, who is just kind, who knows how to say thank you, who can look straight into my eyes when I talk to her. But no, I would not want to deal with the leftover women who are still running around talking about, I am too good for a man. I don't need a man. No, I would not want to deal with that. So gentlemen, continue traveling. There is nothing that you are missing out in some countries, maybe even in the US. We already know that a lot of women don't like men to travel to other countries so they can meet other women, but you know what? Too bad for them. They had their chance, they missed their shot. And a lot of women, unfortunately, just refuse to self-correct. So what is a man supposed to do? If he has the ability to walk, talk, work, get his passport, who looks fit, basically who is fit, he better travel. No, these women, they just want to keep you, their company, in their misery. No, life's too short for that. Just like the girl said in the very first clip, life's too short. Nobody can take their money into their grave, which I absolutely agree with. Therefore, take your money, travel the world, and have fun. But you make sure you're safe. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more content, and as always, share this video with your friends, share this video with your family, especially with those women who hate this type of content, because sooner or later they're gonna learn the hard way. But we try to tell them beforehand, and I guess if they don't want to learn, that's on them. Thank you so much once again. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll talk to you guys soon.